One of the biggest issues or misconceptions that I find in Christianity today, or when I'm talking to people who aren't Christians and stuff, is the concept that it's about how good or bad you are. Actually, the truth is that Christianity is not a moral issue. It's not about how good you are, it's not about how bad you are. The real issue is that we are born separated from God. And because we're separated from God, whether you're good and separated from God, or whether you're bad and separated from God, the problem is you're still separated from God. And that's why Jesus said, unless you are born again, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. But born again is a bit of a, I don't know what you call it, a bit of a funny phrase or word. What literally happens is that Jesus takes this fallen, separated nature onto himself, and then has that nature crucified. And then when he rises from again, he comes with a new nature, a nature that isn't separated from God. And when you believe in Jesus, this new nature comes into you, and it's a nature that is joined to God. So for me, Christianity isn't really about how good or bad you are. It's about whether you're separated from God or whether you've been reconciled to God. And I remember when I was 19 years old and I called to Jesus, I never knew nothing about religion, never knew nothing about Christianity. It was just bumped into one person and had one conversation. And I remember when I called to Jesus, I experienced this new life coming into me, and I experienced a massive change right deep on the inside, far beyond my emotions or my intellect. And I didn't understand what had happened, but now I know is I was born again. A new life came into me, a life that isn't separated from God. And since that day, I've had a consciousness of God, an awareness of God, and a love for Jesus, which is unexplainable. But so for me, the idea that bad people go to heaven and hell and good people go to heaven isn't true. Separated from God people go to hell, and reconnected people with God go to heaven. And God, if he was just an horrible God, he'd say, man, you're all separated, tough luck, just go. But because God loves every single person who's ever existed, he's made a way for every single person to receive this new nature. Through Jesus, people can receive this new nature that's joined to God. It's the person that you're always meant to be. It's a nature in which you can lose all the horrible trappings of this world and life and start to experience the life of heaven while you live on earth. So I'm thinking I'm going off the subject a bit actually. So bad people don't go to hell. People who are separated from God go to hell, but they don't have to, and that's the most important thing.